Time to hit mine. Got the net, trying to catch the net. Everything burning down. I'm gonna put some on it now. It's parts, I'm with it. Need a crusade. And when the trial on the temple gonna go away. Yeah. Time to get 2K. I'm keeping my 2-way. Everybody going. Obey the Viper. And obey the Viper. Propagating. And I'm a sniper. You think God's a major pro? Get the crusade. We need a crusade. What up, King? We need a crusade. Crusader. Crusader.
A peace plan for Gaza, a ceasefire.
Wow. Wow. Some music. We're getting into Psalms. We're getting into the book of Psalms. We had to play some music. Psalms. What's the oldest manuscripts we got? Also gonna be why does it do this? Why does it send me? This is not Google. This is Google. Book of Psalms was written over a long period, approximately from 1410 BC to 430 BC, by various authors, including Moses, King David, and others. The majority of the Psalms are attributed to King David, who lived around 1000 BC. The collection was compiled and finalized over centuries, with the last Psalm likely written after the Babylonian captivity. So these Psalms range from the Exodus all the way to post-Babylonian captivity, all the way till the building of the Second Temple. Moses wrote one of the earliest Psalms, which is Psalm 90. We're going to have to remember that. We're not going to get to Psalm 90 anytime soon, but somebody remind me when we get to Psalm 90, bars. The sons of Korah are attributed to with 11 Psalms. Sons of Korah. Sons of Korah. I remember the sons of Korah. We read about the sons of Korah. Two fathers with two destinies. Story begins with the Israelites of Moses' time as they journeyed through the wilderness just after leaving Egypt. Ordained to take care of the tabernacle and all its implements, as well as the sons of Korah. They're the ones that were. That's the two guys that got struck down when one of them touched the ark when they dropped it, I believe. Gershon, Merari, and Kohath. The Gershonites were responsible for the care of the tabernacle and the tent coverings, curtain at the entrance of the tent meeting. They were under the direct supervision of Eleazar, the son of Aaron. Unlike the Gershonites and the Merarites, who were allowed to transport the items under the care of the carts, the Kohathites had to carry their items, the holy things of the tabernacle, on their shoulders. Kohathites are the Korah's sons of Korah. Korah was the grandson of Kohath, and he began to run with another group of Reubenite malcontents named Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth. In pride, they roused a group of 250 men together to challenge the right of Moses and Aaron to the priesthood in Numbers 16. Moses summoned the rebellious men to stand before God and burn incense. God warned Moses to let the assembly know to get away from Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, their households, and the other rebels. Then, this is when, okay, so they're not the ones that were carrying the ark, and then they got struck down. This is where God opened up the mouth of the earth and swallowed them into the pits, and the fires came up from the depths of the earth. Another evidence that hell's a real place in the heart of the earth. Moses said, "This is how you know that the Lord has sent me to do these things, and that it was not my idea. If these men die a natural death and suffer the fate of all mankind, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord brings about something totally new, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them with everything that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the realm of the dead, then you will know that these men have treated the Lord with contempt." So actually, we talk about who is it? Who are the three people we say never died? Elijah. Is it Methuselah? Enoch, Elijah, and there's one other person that some people say possibly never died. But people forget. People forget, man. People forget about these guys, the Kohathites, the sons of Korah. Korah, Dathan, not the sons of Korah, but Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, right? Yeah. Abiram, Dathan, and Korah. Technically, they didn't die either. They got swallowed up, and they went down to the depths of hell while they were still living. Now, maybe they died once they got down there, or maybe they're still in hell living. Could you imagine that? As soon as he finished saying all this, the ground under them split apart, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them and their households and all those associated with Korah, together with their possessions. They went down alive into the realm of the dead with everything they owned. The earth closed over them, and they perished and were gone from the community. So I guess they did die. I guess you don't survive when you're in the fiery pits of hell for long. You don't make it very long. Crazy people think hell is isn't a thing. I don't get it. I don't know where they get that from. But anyway, so the sons of Korah, not Korah. Korah got swallowed into the pits of hell, but his sons are attributed to writing 11 of the Psalms, right? Asaph is attributed with 12 Psalms. Other authors include Solomon, Ethan, the Ezrahite, and Hezekiah. Nice. I like Hezekiah, who each wrote at least one psalm. The writing of the collection spans nearly 1,000 years from the time of Moses to the post-exilic period. The earliest psalm was written around 1410 BC. The latest psalms were likely composed as late as the 5th century BC. The final compilation of the book was likely completed around the 3rd century BC. And what is the oldest manuscript, though, that we have? Is it from the Dead Sea Scrolls? Psalms, oldest manuscript. The oldest manuscripts containing our Dead Sea Scrolls. dating from 3rd century BC. Specifically, the Great Psalm Scroll, 11Q5, is the most substantial and well-preserved manuscript from this collection. Another very old example is the papyrus. This is a crazy word. Oxyrhynchus. 5101, a fragmentary copy of the Great Septuagint Psalms from the mid-1st to mid-2nd century. This is a very old manuscript of the Greek translation of the Psalms, the Septuagint. It is dated to the mid-1st to mid-2nd century. It is notable for using the Paleo-Hebrew script for the divine name instead of the Greek word for Lord. Paleo-Hebrew script for the divine name. What does that mean? Oh, the Tetragrammaton. The Paleo-Hebrew script for the divine name is used in ancient. It's YHW. It's the Tetragrammaton. Okay. Pictographic script to write divine names, most notably the Tetragrammaton, the 4-letter name of God. This practice was common in certain Dead Sea Scrolls and also revived in some modern sacred name Bibles. The script was because they're not supposed to write it. The script was also sometimes used for other divine names like El and Elohim. While divine names were sometimes written in Paleo-Hebrew, some manuscripts use the same script for the entire text. The practice could also extend the prepositions and conjunctions attached to divine names like El, of God. Several modern translations like Zikaron, Sefer, the Besora, and the Hallelujah scriptures revived the use of this ancient script for divine names in this English. This is why some Jewish websites don't write the word God. It's G-D. They won't write God because it's a sacred name. They used to have to when they would write the Tetragrammaton, they would have to get a new quill. They would write YHWH, and then they'd get rid of that quill. They'd burn that quill. And then they wouldn't use it for anything else. Interesting. Intriguing. Anyway, are we... Okay, so we read everything. So if Moses wrote one, 73 out of the 150, 145, 144, I think, Psalms. 73 are explicitly attributed to David, the psalmist, King David. So that's what we're getting into. Psalms. They're short chapters, but there's a lot of them. They're actually not chapters. Each one is a standalone psalm or song. And if you ever pick up a hymnal at like a Protestant church, you'll see most of the hymns are just psalms turned into songs. Okay, what are you guys talking about in the chat? What's up, Marshall? Been a while. Where you been? Marshall doesn't hang out with us anymore. The AI wants to confuse you? What AI? Berto. Oh, Robert. I got shadow banned for being too based. Psalm 13. What about it? By the way, before I get started reading, the first video's up from the protest. None of you guys comment. Go read the comments on that video. It's almost at 1,000 views. Get it there. But go read the comments. It's all crazy people attacking me. And none of my people are in the comments saying nothing. I get it. You usually don't comment on stuff you agree with. The way the internet is set up is designed to rage bait us. And so we only comment on what we don't like. We only drop comments when we want to critique something that annoys us. But go get in there. Where are my people at? Anyway, and I'm like halfway done editing the other one. So the other one should be up by Friday. Only Psalm 1? Only Psalm I remember. Oh. Yeah, everybody knows, what is it, Psalm 25? The yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Post the link. It's on my YouTube channel, Marilyn. Why would I post a link to a video that's on my channel? It's on my channel. It's the newest video on my channel. What the? You're on my channel right now. Plus, you're not going to be any help. You're going to be in the comments like, I'm God. And I say I'm right. Man, I used to have that one. I used to have that one memorized. I can't remember it now. His cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He prepareth my way in the presence of my enemies. Surely somewhere it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Dang, Marilyn, or dang, King, this Bible study. You cussing? Why you cussing? I looked the other day and didn't see comments. There's tons of comments. And they're all crazy people. All right. All right, let's get started. The book of Psalms. Psalm 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. People get mad when you call prayer meditation. Check your Bibles. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Based. That's Psalms 1. Oh, how long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long shall I wrestle with my thoughts and hold sorrow in my heart? And so on. Look at King. Look at King quoting some Bible. Dang. See, I know King's a Christian. He just tells people he's not so he doesn't have to argue with Christians. I know King Christian. King a Christian. I know King Christian. That's not my coffee cup. Psalms 2. Oh, there's a star by Psalms. In Hebrew called the Book of Praises. Greek term Psalms is used in Luke 20:42 and Acts 1:20. Psalms 2. Psalm 2. Book of Psalms. Psalm 2. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? I don't know, man. Why do the heathen rage? I know why, because they have no love. They don't know what love is. What is love? Heathens don't know it, don't have it. They don't. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree the Lord hath said unto me. Thou art my son, uppercase S. This day have I begotten thee, the only begotten son. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Blessed are all they that put their trust in the Son. That was my verse I chose for catechism. I had to recite it. It's been over 20 years. Catechism, Catholic catechism. Were you raised Catholic, King? I didn't know that. Psalm 3. This is a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom, his son. Remember when David was hiding in the wilderness from Absalom? But the powerful J's at Google told me, you guys should go like the comment I left on JS protest video. Oh, Lutheran. Lutheran do a catechism? They're pretty similar to Catholics and Orthodox. But they have the solas. And I know the Orthodox people don't like any of the solas. Lord, Psalm 3. This is David when he's hiding in the wilderness from Absalom. Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. I like that. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. Salah. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Salah. Selah. Kanye has a song called Salah. Selah. Salah. Is it Salah or Selah? Salah. I just say Salah. I laid me down and slept. I awakened, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about, based. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Selah. Hold on. How are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise against me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Psalms 4, to the chief musician of Neganoth, a psalm of David. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing, Selah? But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still, Selah. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still. Be still and know that I am God. It doesn't say that, but that's another verse. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. There be many that say, who will show us any good? Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Based. Psalm 5, to the chief musician upon Nehiloth, a psalm of David. Give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God, for unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and I will look up. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Based. Dude, Psalms is great. You could just like read a little psalm every day, and they're all great. Yeah, what are you guys talking about, dang, that stuff for? What's up, Auntie? Hope everyone is having a great day. Good morning, friends. All right, chapter 6. This is also to the chief musician on Neganoth upon Sheminith, a psalm of David. Psalm 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thine hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Psalm 7. This is Shigaion of David, which he sang unto the Lord concerning the words of Cush the Benjamite. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me. Lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it to pieces while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay mine honor in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes, therefore, return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to mine integrity that is in me. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God trieth the hearts and reigns. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. I don't got no time for... Nice. Psalm 8. This is to the chief musician upon Gittith, a psalm of David. This was the one that talks about Jesus being made a little lower than the angels. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Who has set thy glory above the heavens? Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained. What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. So that part right there, son of man, there is lowercase. So you could argue that he's just talking about men being made lower than the angels, but later in the New Testament, it says Jesus was made a little lower than the angels because he was made into a man. He was made man. He was made flesh. I'm not saying he was created when he was born from Mary. I'm saying he was uncreated and divine with the Father from the beginning, but he was made flesh to come down to earth. So when he became made flesh, he was made lower than the angels. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thine hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. See, so I would say that this is talking about Jesus. But I guess some people could argue that it's not talking about Jesus, but just because it's not capitalized, I guess, but I don't think so. I think it's talking about Jesus because it says, thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thine hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. All sheep and oxen, yea, and the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Psalm 9. This is to the chief musician upon Muth-labben, a psalm of David. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. When mine enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou sattest in the throne of judgment, in the throne of judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. I could think of some people that he might be talking about right there in modern times. But the Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in time of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Have mercy upon me, O Lord. Consider my trouble which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that liftest me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegalion Selah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. That's deep. King, this is Bible study, King. Come on. Can't talk to God like that. King, you're a mod. You're supposed to act better. Holy moly. Psalm 10. There's no author attributed to this one, so this could potentially be one of the other authors, because all the other ones have said that they're David when they're directly attributed to David. This one has no author. Oh, dude. Psalm 10. Why standeth thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked condemn God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it. With thy hand the poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more be oppressed, may no more oppress. Next one's from David. He said, you can't be talking to God like that. I was joking. Marilyn is not God. That was a joke. About got King super blocked without even reading the message? What'd he say? Oh, oh no, no, no. He was talking about Marilyn. Yeah, he wasn't actually talking about God. He was talking about Marilyn. Okay. Psalm 11, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundation, listen to that again. For the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. What does that sound like? Can we think of any upright men that have been shot by the wicked recently? I can think of one. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple, the Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. That was a short one, but that was a good one. Psalm 12. This is to the chief musician upon Sheminith, a psalm of David. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceaseth, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. That's true. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Who hath said, with our tongue will we prevail? Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety for him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side, when the vilest men are exalted. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Interesting. Oh my goodness, King. King, what's wrong with you? You're not acting very modly. The modly man, the unmodly man trembleth. You're supposed to be a modly man. You're being an unmodly man. Psalm 13, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest mine enemy say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in thy mercy, my heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me. Psalm 14, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Oh, I like this one. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. That verse is fire. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The fool hath also said, they are God. I think David should have added that. The fool says there is no God, and the fool says they are God. I'm not adding to the Bible. I'm just saying also, I think David would agree. I think David would agree with that. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Psalm 15, a psalm of David. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned. Contemned. It doesn't say condemned, and it doesn't say content. It says contemned. But he honoreth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Contemned. Contemned. I've never seen this word before. I think it just means condemned. Treat with regard or contempt. Oh, so it's not like condemned, it's contempt. It's just another way of saying if you have contempt for someone and you treat them with contempt, you have contemned them. Interesting. To despise, scorn, or treat with contempt, which is often a direct act of disrespect towards God, his commandments, his people, or his word. It implies a rejection of divine authority and wisdom, often driven by pride, and is frequently linked to actions like lying, violence, or other sinful behavior. Contemned. Interesting. Which one were we on? Okay, we're on 16. Take a break for a minute. We might be able to do like 30 of these a day. We're already on 15 and we're only halfway in to the time. So hold on, I need to do something on my phone real quick. So you guys chat among yourselves and I'll read the chat every now and then if you're saying anything relevant and not just arguing with Marilyn and to treat with contempt. Thank you, King. I figured it out. Contemn can be a verb meaning to despise or you guys are great. Yeah, we're on 16. Words don't get more power than God's promise over you. You wouldn't know God's promise to you if you never saw these words. You wouldn't even know who God was if you. I mean, well, no, I won't say that. I think that you may still know in your heart, but I mean, you have the words, Marilyn, and you still believe that you're God, so I need to fix all the chapters from the old from the other streams. How do I do this? Content. live. Okay. This one is 28 to 33. $28 to 33. Save. And how many books were there in Job? 44. And the next one ends at 27. 17 to 27. All right. Then the next one is 16. 8 to 16. So the next one is 7. 1 through 7. Why are they telling me these can't be monetized? Because I read Job. And then Esther. We read Esther in one day, huh? How many chapters is there in Esther? Ten. Esther 1 through 10. Then they should all be good after that. Nehemiah 8 through 13. Okay, cool. Cool. Dang, there's so many red dollar signs. So many red dollar signs. Okay. All right. I think we're good now. Oh, and then Job 34 through 42. 33 through 42. I didn't mean to play it. I don't mean to share it. This one. 34 through 42. Okay. I'm done doing what I had to do. I had to go through and change all the chapters in the titles from question marks to what the heck? Ugh. the heck? Okay. All right. Sorry. I had to fix all that stuff up. Everybody's just still. I hate how Marilyn comes into chat and just all the attention just. You're just doing what she wants you to do. You're giving her all the attention in the chat. All right. Where are we at? 16? Psalm 16. Miktam of David. The Miktam of David. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, that thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. The saints that are in the earth. You know what's coming up soon? All Saints Day. There's actually 3 days. It's All Saints Day, All Hallows Eve, and then what's the third one? I always forget the third one. It's 3 days. It's a 3-day celebration that Christians do. In case you didn't know, the origins of Halloween is Christian. All Saints Day. I have it in a folder somewhere. Hallowtide? Yeah, all martyrs. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, so Hallowtide is coming up. Hallowtide is the 3 days of Halloween. It's All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day. So I've said it wrong. I've got it wrong. I always forget the order of them and stuff. But All Hallows Eve, Halloween, Christian holiday. It's part of Hallowtide, which is a Christum Triduum. It's a 3-day celebration started by Christians. All Hallows Eve, Halloween, October 31st. All Saints Day is November 1st, and All Souls Day is November 2nd. I bet you guys didn't know that. See, and then you see all these videos. Christians don't participate in Halloween. We just don't. And it's a TikTok. You're wrong. Christians started Halloween. We did. Don't listen to the liars and the pagans that want to take our holidays from us and twist them and destroy them. And they want to destroy Christianity. Don't fall for it. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day, these are Christian holidays. Trump gave a beautiful tribute to his Hinduism in Diwali yesterday. Dozens of Hindus like Tulsi Cash and Usha Vance celebrated in the Oval Office. The U.S. isn't a Christian nation. Trump just proved it. Whatever. That sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook to me. I disagree. I don't care. That's something that I would disagree with Trump on. Trump's very he's a populist. He's a very he's way more liberal than most conservatives. And he's way more liberal than me. I'm not a fan of and he's very he's into the women's empowerment stuff way more than I think so. No more, this is Bible study. Oh yeah. You're getting me distracted with politics. Don't get me distracted with politics, Lauren. But thank you. That's a cool message. I don't agree. America is a Christian nation. And people about to find out. Because we need a crusade. All right. Psalm 10, where was I at? I'm just going to start over. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, thou art my Lord. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied, that hasten after another God. Their sorrows shall be multiplied, that hasten after another God, including Hare Krishna. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. The Lord is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, nor wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of light. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. That seems, I need to look more into that, because that chapter is, I mean, I guess Jesus is like, they compare Jesus to David. David's a man after God's own heart, but he's saying he's at the right hand of God, which I don't want to get into that speculation, but like James said, there was no second coming of Jesus. Some people say when he resurrected, that was the second coming of Jesus. Some people say 70 AD, the sacking of Israel, was the second coming of Jesus, or the day of Pentecost was the second coming of Jesus. Some people might argue that Jesus coming is the second coming of Jesus, and that Jesus, because they compare Jesus to David, and he's the son of man, the downline of David. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm not saying that I know any of this for sure. I'm just saying, throwing some ideas that I've heard before. Psalm 16. A miktam of David. Things to know, historical. Psalm 16 is a psalm about finding content, which includes themes of trusting God. It's also a prophetic psalm quoted by the Apostle Peter in the book of Acts to describe Jesus Christ and his resurrection. It seems like it's talking about Jesus, which promises eternal life, because he talks about being the right hand of God. I want some commentary. We've read a lot of Matthew Henry and John Gill's stuff, Wesley's exploratory notes, chapter summary. Miktam of David, this is a new title not met with before, though it afterwards is prefixed to 5 psalms running, the 56th, the 57th, the 58th, the 59th, and the 60th psalms. Some take the word miktam to be the name of a musical instrument, such as kimchi in Psalm 4:1, others the name of one of the tunes as Jarchi, and others the tune of a song which began with this word, as Aben Ezra observed, to which this psalm was sung. The Septuagint translate it stellography, or an inscription upon a pillar, such an one as is erected by conquerors. As Theodoret observes, having writing on it declaring the victory obtained, suggesting that the psalm or the subject of it, the death and resurrection of Christ, was worthy to be inscribed on a pillar of marble. And the Targum renders it a right engraving that deserves to be engraven in a monument of brass, but what seems to be the best sense of the word is that it signifies a work of gold and may be rendered a golden Psalm of David. So called either because it was a dear and favorite song of his, or from the subject matter, which is more valuable and precious than the most fine gold. The title of it in the Syriac and Arabic versions is Concerning the Election of the Church and the Resurrection of Christ. And certain it is from Psalm 16:10, the resurrection of Christ is spoken of in it, as is clear from the testimonies of the two apostles Peter and Paul, who cite it in proof of it, Acts 2:25. And since there is but one person speaking throughout the psalm, and Christ is he that speaks in Psalm 16:10, and which cannot be understood of David, nor of any other person but Christ, the whole of the psalm must be interpreted of him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it has to. It seems like, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Holy One is uppercase there, and it talks about him being at the right hand of God. So this is like Jesus. This is a prophecy of Jesus. And he says, "You not leave my soul in hell." Jesus goes down to Sheol for 3 days. So he resurrects. That's why it says, "He will not leave my soul in hell." Thine Holy One, at thy right hand, these are my pleasures forevermore. Jesus is the one at the right hand of God. So let me go to Acts 2:25 to see Paul quote this. Well, I thought it was unknown who wrote Acts. I thought I thought Paul wrote Acts, but then I heard that it was actually unsure. Traditionally considered to be Luke, physician and companion of the Apostle Paul. He's also the author of the Gospel of Luke. Companion Luke was... Okay, so Luke wrote it, but Acts 2:25 is Peter's sermon. For David speaketh concerning him, I foresaw the Lord always before my face, for he is on my right hand, that I should not be moved. Therefore did my heart rejoice, and my tongue was glad. Moreover, also my flesh shall rest in hope, because thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Thou hast made known to me the ways of life. Thou shalt make me full of joy with thy countenance. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulchre is with us unto this day. Therefore bring a prophet, and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Christ to sit on his throne. He, seeing this before, spake of the resurrection of Christ, that his soul was not left in hell, neither his flesh did see corruption. Meaning, I think that points, and I have that highlighted because I think that points toward the physical resurrection. Because I've kind of had little mini debates with people about a physical resurrection. Some people believe in a spiritual resurrection. I believe in a physical resurrection. I've heard good arguments that it was just a spiritual resurrection, but I think that's a heresy, and I always believed in a physical resurrection. But anyway, that is interesting. So Psalm 16 does point toward the resurrection of Christ, and then it's repeated by Peter in Acts. Just triggering the demons with Psalms. What do you call writing on a pillar? Stellography? Is that what you said? Yeah, it's spelled different. It's STELO. Stellography. Yes. Right? Is that what I said? Resurrection, brass, right? Engraving, Targum. This is a big paragraph. I don't remember where it was. Yeah, stellography. STELOGRAPHY. Stellography, or an inscription upon a pillar. That's what the Septuagint says. And then Peter mentions David's sepulcher, or his pillar, his grave site. And so maybe on his basically like a headstone or a monolith, a pillar that marks David's burial place, maybe these words are inscribed on it. And that's what the Septuagint is saying. That's what Theodora is saying. And then that's also what Peter says in Acts. Because we assume Luke, well, I always thought Paul wrote Acts, but I guess I was wrong. But people say Luke wrote Acts, or it's attributed to Luke as the author. But that Acts 2 is Peter's sermon, so that's Peter speaking. I assumed it was spiritual resurrection when I was young. Then I was tripped out when I found out, no, it's not symbolic or just spiritual. It was a real resurrection. Yeah, one of the arguments that I've heard is that was it Thomas the doubter, doubting Thomas? When Thomas Didymus says, can I touch Tom? He's doubting that Jesus is actually resurrected, and he says he wants to touch the wounds. And then Jesus is like, yeah, go ahead and touch them. And then Thomas says, okay, yes, I know it's real now. But it doesn't say that he actually touched them. It's more like he thought it and he said it. He said, I need to touch them. And so the argument is that he never actually touched them. He said he wanted to touch them, and Jesus said, go ahead and touch them, but he didn't touch them. He just once Jesus said, yeah, he was like, okay, I don't actually need to touch him. But this is how people will argue that it's a spiritual resurrection. If you bring up that part about doubting Thomas, that's what they'll say. They'll point out that it never actually says he touched the wounds. He asks to. Jesus says, yeah, you can, but it doesn't say that he does it. So that's how they'll argue for the spiritual resurrection. I don't agree with the spiritual resurrection. Doubting Thomas, another crazy story. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be cool once we get to the New Testament. I mean, this is cool. I like Psalms. Okay. Anyway, that was an interesting one. I'm actually going to highlight some of that, a little chunk of that, because that's actually a prophecy of the resurrection. Probably 8 through Psalm 16, 8 through 11. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Okay. What's up, C's out? Stellography. Oh, yeah, I gotta send you my address. Stellography. That's what I said. stellography. No, the graphy is one word. The graphy is a suffix meaning writing, and stello. It's stellography. You're wrong, Chuck. Stellography. Be quiet, Chuck. All right, Psalm 17. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. Psalm 17, a prayer of David. Hear the right, O Lord. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have slip not. Slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God. Incline thine ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness. O thou that savest by thy right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against thee. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. You're not informing nothing. It's stellography. When I try to... Stellography.
Stellography.
Shut up, Google. Shut up, Google. Stellography, stellography, same thing. Same thing. Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato.
You ain't got the answers, man. I've been doing this more than you. You ain't been doing the education.
Bro.
What are y'all talking about? Stenography, cartography, stellography. That's stenography and cartography. Yeah, potato, potato. Wait, play that. I'm not playing it again. I don't trust Google. That was a British person. I don't trust the British. All right. Psalm 18. We're moving on. We're moving on. Psalm 18. Oh, this is a long little descriptor here. Psalm 18, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, who spake unto the Lord the words of this song in the day that the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. And he said, that's a long, that's, that's like an opening paragraph. Okay. Stellography. Stellography. It's just potato, potato. You know, it's like posthumous and posthumous. I say posthumous. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled, the foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly, yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke. O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. Sounds like me when I went to that dang protest. But they weren't really a strong enemy. But there was a lot of them. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of mine hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of mine hands in his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. With an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. That's a popular verse. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but wilt bring down high looks. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those who trust in him. For who is God save the Lord? And who is a rock save our God? It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high place. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. And thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. Based. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. Oh, love the stranger. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. It is God that avengeth me, and subdueth the people under me. He delivereth me from mine enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Great deliverance giveth he to his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, to David and to his seed forevermore. I like that. He delivereth me from mine enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man, or the violent woman. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Based. Let's do one more, and we'll stop at 20. Or we'll start at 20 tomorrow. We'll read 19 and 20. So we got two more to go. Okay. Psalm 19, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, S-U-N, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Nice. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening their eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is a great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of mine heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. I like that. I like this part here. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. That even rhymes in English. Was there something about 19 you said at the start? No, 90. Psalm 90 is attributed to Moses. We're not going to get to 90 for a while, and I'll probably forget by then, but maybe it says it. Let me see. I'll make a little note. Oh, it says it. A prayer of Moses. So Psalm 90 is written by Moses, which this may be quoted in one of the Mosaic books, because I remember there's a couple times where Moses sings songs, so maybe it's one of those. Amazing psalm, Josh. Is Jesus related to King David? Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Are you saying yeah, right? Or yeah, right? Yes, Jesus is the downline of David. He'd be like his great, 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 great grandson. Which maybe that's when the Jews changed to matrilineal relations, but they don't believe in Jesus, so no, that wouldn't matter. But that would make sense that it went to matrilineal, because it would have to be Mary is the downline of David, because Jesus' father is God. So I don't know. But Jews don't believe in Jesus, so that doesn't explain anything. What are you guys arguing about? King doesn't hurt my feelings. King can't hurt my feelings. Their words had a verbal punch. No, Auntie. I think you're taking what King's saying a little too serious. I know a bunch of Messianic Jews. I used to think that was an oxymoron, but now I actually think that makes more sense. Because, like, David would be a Messianic Jew. David was an Israelite. He was what you would call a Jew. And he believed in Jesus, even though they didn't know his name was going to be Jesus yet. They knew the Messiah was coming. They believed in the Messiah. David talks about the right hand and the Son of Man, and the Son of God in the Psalms. So wouldn't that technically make David a Messianic Jew if he believes in the Messiah? And then if he rises with Jesus, when Jesus rises, then I'm sure if Jesus goes down to Sheol to take all the saints up and they see Jesus, they're like, yep, that's him. That's the Messiah. Wouldn't they all those saints technically be Messianic Jews? Makes sense, right? Logically. Quit cussing, King. Dang, it's Bible study. What the heck? Nothing? If I didn't, he'd probably think I was mad at him. If he didn't troll me, I would think he was mad at me. Yeah, probably. Just for the record, I see Shiva exactly. By reading the Bible, I don't see him doing that genuinely at all. Well, yeah, I don't either. I don't think he's reading it to become a Christian. He's reading it to try to prove Christians wrong. But regardless, he's still reading the Bible. So maybe God will soften his heart. I don't know. You know, who knows? All right, chapter 20. If King was an inanimate object, he'd be a 7-foot tall stuffed teddy bear like the Build-A-Bear factory. He'd be like Five Nights at Freddy stuffed teddy. Probably be kind of deadly and a little bit heavy. Bars. All right. Psalm 20. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of God of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice. Selah. Grant thee according to thine own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation and in the name of our God. We will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Save, Lord. Let the King hear us when we call. I like that part. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Based. Okay. There's 20 of them. We knocked out 20 Psalms. Dang. It's not going to take as long as I thought to get through. Some of these are really short. I don't got no time for. Proverbs is awesome too. I really like Proverbs. Perverbs. Oh no, Sam, we got Song of Solomon coming soon to a morning Bible study near you, Song of Solomon. It's going to be too early in the morning to be reading Song of Solomon. Fishhook shaped. That's my typing thumb. Your typing thumb is fishhook shaped? With all this crazy demon talk in chat, I get a painful fishhook cut in my thumb for no reason. Are we getting a reading of Psalms in Black Speak? Hey! Hey! And the Lord said, what do you want? Black preacher man? And the Lord said, hold on now. What? What you talking about? You heard me? You heard me? No. Anyway. Anything else? Oh, I'm watching the movie Good Fortune. It's got Keanu Reeves and Seth, what's his name? Seth Rogen? Is that who it is? The guy from Pineapple Express? It's kind of a nice movie. Good, like, seems like a good, like, family movie, because I'm, like, halfway through it, and it's a comedy, but it's not, like, a dirty comedy. It's actually kind of a nice movie, but It's not super funny. It's not super comedy, you know? It's not like most of Seth, whatever his name's movies are, which are like dirty comedies. It's not like that. It's like a nice comedy. Keanu Reeves is an angel. And he's the same character always is. He's like, hey, I'm like an angel. I'm here to help you. Yeah. Don't you know? Seth Rogen has disappointed me in the past. Put some spec on Seth's name. Ugh. All right, guys. What's today? Oh, I gotta go buy my suit. I got my my birthday suit. I gotta buy my birthday suit. I got my YouTube money and my paycheck on the same day. I gotta set some aside for rent, but I gotta go get my suit. Gotta go to Men's Warehouse this weekend. I don't know when I can do it. Maybe I'll do it next week. This Saturday, we have a UFC pay-per-view, UFC 321, Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. The heavyweights are finally going to fight again. Some real heavyweights are going to finally fight. Been waiting years for Tom Aspinall to fight again. I'm excited. Daddy Jub should be here. We're pretty hype. He probably won't want to be in the Discord when that fight's happening, though. We'll see. Maybe he'll just deafen or whatever. But the pay-per-view starts at 8 a.m. my time. So Friday, I'll just stay up all night, and then I'll do verbal combat, even though the topic is a topic that I don't know anything about. The topic this week for verbal combat is friendship. How to be a good friend. I don't know anything about that. I ain't got no friends. All my friends are dead or in jail or on the internet. That's about the extent of my friendships. Get a plaid suit? Nah. I gotta get something that it's my first suit, so it's gotta be something that's multi-use. I wanted a light gray one, but I think I might get a blue one. I think I might go blue with a red tie. Not a bright red tie, but like a... Oh, how to be a good friend. Yeah, I know. I'm going to lose. Well, I'm going to lose anyway, but a velvet suit, purple velvet, pinstripe, purple velvet, pinstripe, plaid. Huh. Or like the Dumb and Dumber suits, the orange or the blue. I try to be your friend, but you never check your messages. I check my messages. Sometimes. But anyway, after VK, we'll just stay up all night on Friday. And then I think Saturday morning at like 7:30, I'll have another stream ready to go. And I'll just raid everybody over to that stream. And then we'll do fight morning. Instead of fight night, it'll be fight morning. And we'll watch the Gane versus Aspinall fight. It's going to be epic. Dark gray, that was my second choice. That's what they said. They said for your first suit, you should either get blue or dark gray. I was thinking about dark gray. Blue makes you look younger. Dark gray makes you look older. But blue and red, blue suit with red tie is the power play. Dark gray is for wisdom. It makes you look wise. I don't know. I'll probably just pick something once I get there. I'll see something and I'll be like, yeah, that's what I want. And then when we do important streams, I can wear a suit. I'll wear like basketball shorts, but just with a jacket and a and a shirt and a tie. And I'll look all formal sitting here. And then whenever I stand up to go to the bathroom, I'll be wearing like basketball shorts. Dark gray is versatile. Yes, this is true. Like when we do the midterm election stream, charcoal double-breasted fitted suit. Yeah. Yeah. And they said I should get double slits in the back so that it looks better when you put your hands in your pockets. If you get one slit in the back, it looks weird when you have your hands in your pockets. Can't go wrong with a tuxedo t-shirt. I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read that. But yes, that is real friendship, Chuck. That's what I'm saying. That is not homosexual. That is friendship. I can never do that. I don't feel comfortable without the full set. What do you mean? Tuxedo t-shirt? Yeah. Oh, you're saying wearing basketball shorts, but just with the top part while I'm sitting at the desk? I know, that would be funny, though. When I do the midterm election stream, I'll wear the suit to look official. This year, when we do the election, the 24-hour election stream, which, by the way, I know Rob Noor does the same thing. I didn't steal that idea from Rob. I didn't know he did that. When I did the 24-hour election stream, I didn't know he did 24-hour election stream and 24-hour midterm stream every year. But I'm going to do it too. So, whatever. He stole my chair stream. I'm stealing his 24-hour election streams. You tell him I said that. But no, the first time I did it, I didn't know he did that. And then I found out he does that. But I'm still going to do it anyway. But I'll wear a suit. And maybe this year, the plan is for the midterm election stream not to get drunk. That's the goal. Don't get drunk in the first 3 hours. Don't take a shot every time one of my guys wins. That's not what I'm going to do this time. Instead, I'm going to try to do it more professionally and try to either plan to get some guests or try to go on to some other people's shows. We'll be suited and booted. How about dress pants with that Tusky hockey jersey? I do want to get one of those jerseys. At Walmart, they have a long sleeve shirt that looks like a hockey jersey, but it's not a hockey jersey. But it's got the Tusky on it. I might want to grab that shirt, but I do want to get a real jersey. Blue suit could be your second suit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look at dark gray, slate gray, and blue when I go there. I don't know. I wanted to get a light gray one, but everything I was looking at was like, your first suit, you don't want to get a light gray suit. You either want a dark. And a lot of people said black, but more guys said you should get blue or dark gray for your first suit. So, but they said blue is the power suit, and I like power. Ha ha! I don't know. I'm gonna go in there and I was thinking about making a video about it. A little buying my first suit video, but probably not gonna do that. Seems kind of lame, but why are you still teaching my book? You wrote the Bible? You own the Bible? You own this Bible? This one? You own this? This is you wrote this? Dang. Have you ever heard the word hubris? Does that mean anything to you? Does the word hubris mean anything to you? Probably not. I could stream while I buy the suit, and then you guys could pick the... No. I'm not giving you that much power, chat. I'm picking my suit. All right. I gotta go to bed. Who's live right now? Who's live? Why did YouTube change things? I don't like it. Jim Bob's watching some Matt Walsh. Anchor Baby. We'll go to Rob. Chess tragedy. I wonder if he's talking about the Botez twins. What have the Botez twins been doing lately? I thought these were nice, wholesome girls. Love Andrea Botez. I thought these were nice girls. And they've been doing a podcast. The orange suit. Yeah, we talked the Dumb and Dumber orange suit. Baby blue. Baby blue. I do look good in baby blue. Baby blue's my color. I should get a baby blue suit. Like powder blue. Like the one in Dumb and Dumber. With a top hat. And a cane. And the frilly shirt. Baby blue tie. I was thinking, yeah. I don't know. I might not do a red tie. I might get a dang baby blue tie like baby blue. The Botez sisters have been doing a podcast. They started a podcast. And they had a dang corn star on their podcast. And then they had who else did they have on? And I was like, oh, why do you have that loser on? Why are you? They're talking to like losers, degens and losers on their podcast. Every episode so far has been some degen or some corn star. I'm like, what are you girls doing? I thought you girls were nice, wholesome girls. I'm not happy. Very upset with them. I'm trying to look like Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Dangerous. Naroditsky. I don't know what that means. Once you go frilly, they know you be silly. Shoo. Once you get frilly, you making a Billy. I don't know. Okay, we'll go over to Rob. I don't know what he's talking about. Something about chess tragedy. But if he's talking about the Botez twins, I'm a psychic. Because that's what I'm upset with the Botez twin sisters. They're not twins, they're sisters. He the chess master who often... Oh, Narodsky is the chess master who offed himself. Oh. I think I might have seen a headline about that on Facebook. Isn't he young? He was like 28 or 29 years old. Yeah, well, but you're kind of an idiot, Chris, so I don't really care what you think. Was he young? He's pretty young. I think I did see something about that. Anyway, go put some chairs in Rob's chat. Blue chair over brown chair all day. Okay? God bless you guys. I'll try to make it back tomorrow. My freaking tire went flat on my scooter, so it's a back tire, which means I have to take the brakes off and stuff. I have to take the whole back thing apart. It sucks. Then I have to put the new tire, the solid tire on it. It's a mess, but I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. He was the guy who they said cheated with the up his bum. That guy offed himself. Vibrator booty. Offed himself. That's sad. Probably because he couldn't live down the fact that he did that, allegedly. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Even though I gotta, yeah, we'll be back. Well, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow morning. But God bless. We out. Peace. Go say hi to Rob. See you later, everybody. Hey, memberships.